Makar Sankranti is festival of movement. Makar Sankranti is celebrated as a very important Hindu festival in India, marks the entrance of the sun into the astrological sign of Makara, corresponding to Capricorn, and the beginning of the sun's Uttarayana, which is northward journey. This year Makar Sankranti will be observed on Tuesday, that is today 14th January 2025, with auspicious time beginning from 9:03 am and lasting till 5:46 pm, as per Drik Panchang. Sankranti literally means movement. The significance of the festival is that it marks the day where there is a significant movement in the zodiac, the arrangement of the Earth's dial around the sun, and this movement brings about a new change in the way we experience the planet itself. There are many Sankrantis throughout the year, the two significant ones being Makar Sankranti, and right opposite, after summer solstice, is Karka Sankranti. In between, there are many Sankrantis every time the zodiac signs changes. It is called a Sankranti to suggest the movement of the planet, to understand that our life is sustained and nourished by this movement. On the 22nd of December, the solstice happened. That means in relation to the sun, the movement or the tilt of the planet reaches its maximum. Now, from this day onwards, the northern movement is strong. Things really start changing upon the earth. The Makar Sankranti festival is also known and referred to as the harvest festival because this is the time when harvesting is complete and there are big celebrations. This is a day we acknowledge all those who assisted in making the harvest. The farm animals play a huge role in harvesting, so the following day is for them and is called Mattu Pongal. The first day is for the earth, the second is for us, and the third is for the animals and livestock. So Makar Sankranti is a festival for harvest. Makar Sankranti is celebrated in widely varying manners and with different names across India according to local traditions and languages. Eating sweets, bathing in bodies of water, and making intricate rangolis are the typical celebratory practices for Makar Sankranti across India. Because of its association with the northward course of the sun, the name Uttarayan is used for the holiday in Gujarat state, where it is jubilantly celebrated by flying kites. In Tamil Nadu state, it is called Pongal, means full and overflowing. In Kerala state, devotees of the god Ayappan observe Makravilakku with a pilgrimage to the Sabrimala temple. In many parts of India, particularly in the Deccan, the holiday is associated with sesame seeds, which are eaten in sweets prepared with jaggery, thus earning the holiday the nickname Til Sankranti in some regions. In Punjab state, the day before Makar Sankranti, called Lohri, is celebrated with bonfires. Other names for the holiday in various regions of India include Maghi, Khichdi, and Posh Parbo, among many others. Outside India also Sankranti is celebrated in Bangladesh and Nepal. It is known as Maghe Sankranti by Hindus in Nepal, and above is a traditional basket dance festivity to celebrate it, and Chakrain is an annual celebration of winter in Bangladesh in the downtown of Dhaka, observed with the flying of kites. Ahead of the Uttarayan Kite Festival, the Sabarmati riverfront in Ahmedabad held the International Kite Festival on Saturday. In addition, spiritual practices like bathing in holy rivers and giving to the less fortunate are seen as ways to purify the soul and accumulate good karma. The day of Sankranti is dedicated to Lord Surya, sun god, and this day is considered significant to worship Surya Deva. In South India, on the next day of Sankranti, Lord Krishna is also worshipped. According to legends famous in South India, Lord Krishna lifted Govardhan on the next day of Makar Sankranti. Although there are 12 Sankranti in Hindu calendar, but Makar Sankranti is the most significant among all Sankrantis due to its religious significance. Due to the popularity of Makar Sankranti, most of the time people call it just Sankranti. In most regions, Sankranti festivities last for 2 to 4 days. Each day of 4 days Sankranti festivities is celebrated with distinct names and rituals. Day 1 Lohri, Maghi, Bhogi Pandige. Bhogi is the first day of the 4-day festival. It is celebrated with a bonfire with logs of wood, other solid fuels, and wooden furniture at home that are no longer useful. In the evening, a ceremony called Bhogi Pallu, fruits of the harvest such as regi pallu and sugarcane are collected along with flowers of the season. Money is often placed into a mixture of treats and is poured over children. The children then collect the money and sweet fruits. Day 2 Makar Sankranti, Pongal, Pedda Panduga, Uttarina, Magh Bihu, the second and main day of the 4-day festival, and is dedicated to the Hindu god Surya. The day marks the start of the Uttarayana, when the sun enters the 10th house of the zodiac Makra. It is commonly called as Pedda Panduga in the Andhra Pradesh state. Ariselu, a traditional sweet dish, is offered to the god. Day 3 Mattu Pongal, Kanum Panduga, the third day of the 4-day festival. It is dedicated to the cattle and other domestic animals. The cattle are decorated, especially cows. They are offered bananas, a special meal, and worshipped. On this day, popular community sport Kodi Pandam will begin playing until the next 1 to 2 days, especially in the coastal Andhra region of Andhra Pradesh. Day 4 Kanam Pongal, Mukkanuma. It is the fourth and last day of the 4-day festival. Many families hold reunions on this day. Colorful floor artwork decorate entrances and streets during Sankranti. A buffalo fight held at Ranthali, in Nagav district of Assam, on the occasion of Magh Bihu. It is the Assam celebration of Makar Sankranti, with feasting lasting for a week. The festival is marked by feasts and bonfires. The celebrations also feature traditional Assamese games such as pot breaking and buffalo fighting. Makar Sankranti, the festival of harvesting, beautifully captures the essence of India's agricultural heritage and diversity. The festivals include kite flying, bonfires, and performing traditional dances, and they bring people together by connecting their roots with the agricultural history of our lives. All the farmer communities come together to cherish and enjoy the spirit of Makar Sankranti, a festival that embodies the sign of unity in diversity and adds to our great legacy, making India a truly remarkable nation. Kite flying is a tradition of Makar Sankranti in many parts of India. It is celebrated differently across the Indian subcontinent. Many people take a dip in places like Ganga Sagar and pray to the sun god. It is celebrated with pomp in southern parts of India as Sankranti in Andhra Pradesh, Telangana and Karnataka, Pongal in Tamil Nadu, in Punjab as Maghi. Many melas or fairs are held on Makar Sankranti, the most famous being the Kumbha Mela, held every 12 years at one of 4 holy locations, namely Haridwar, Prayag, Ujjain and Nashik, the Magha Mela and the Gangasagar Mela. Makar Mela in Odisha. Tusu Mela, also called as Tusu Porab, is celebrated in many parts of Jharkhand and West Bengal. Posh Mela, held traditionally on the 7th day of Posh at Shantiniketan in West Bengal, is unrelated to this festival. Mela Maghi is held in memory of the 40 Sikh martyrs who gave their lives to protect Guru Gobind Singh, 10th Guru of Sikhism, every year at Muktsar Sahib in Punjab. Before this tradition, the festival was observed and mentioned by Guru Amar Das, the third Guru of Sikhism.